Hello, hello. Hey, Beth. Hey, Bo. Hopefully we'll get some more people soon. So how y'all doing? Hey, Hidden. Tired? Very nice. I'll be seeing the ocean in person for the first time in my life at the end of next month. Hey, Greg. Granted, I'll be working, but I'll still get to see it. Cool. Hey, Adam. We're going to give it a few more minutes, let people finish filtering in. Here, the only cat bust half that I own is the one that you guys saw that's in the slab. That is my one and only. Yeah, I can show it to you real quick while we're waiting. Let me go grab it. That's it. That's the only one I got. It's 1836 lettered edge. Not planning on selling it. This is for my collection. Alright, let me go put it away now. Be right back. So sorry about the change in week this week. We just got way too busy and way too much stuff that we had to do, and it was all time sensitive. And hey, MJ. So that's why we ended up postponing the sale for tonight. Because there's too much stuff built up and we had to get it all done. All right, gonna give it one more minute. Alright, for anybody new, payments made via PayPal. Use cheapskatecoins@gmail.com and pay goods and services only, please. We also have Cash App using the same email, cheapskatecoins@gmail.com. If you use Cash App, it will say Louis Gachera. That's me. You are in the right place. Shipping is $6 to $23, $6 being the little purple bubble mailers, $23 being a large flat rate box. If you want your package sent registered, it is an additional $35 charge on top of that. It's the only way you can insure coins through the mail. If you get something tonight, you can, or if you're new, you can't get stuff tonight, but you do have to send us an email by the end of the night. Again, it's cheapskatecoins@gmail.com. The email has to have your personal info, shipping info, channel name, which payment method you're going to use, and what email you use for that payment method for invoicing purposes. Angela's right behind my head. See? If you're on Facebook, here's our Facebook link. If you're on Facebook, go have a look. The lot list is on there. It is the top post. Hidden says hello. We do put the lot list on there every day. We have a sale. Will be the top post. We also have a mailing list. If you want to be on the mailing list, shoot us an email and say add me to the mailing list. If you're on the mailing list, you get the lot list a few days before every sale, and you can pre-purchase items from that list as soon as you get it. Remember, pre-purchases are first come, first serve, just like the sale. So if you see something you want, don't wait. Let us know. Just keep in mind, pre-purchases do have to be paid for by the evening before the sale. All right, quick little reminder for anybody who didn't know. I announced this last week. So given that we've been getting so many sellouts, we're changing the way we're doing the giveaways. So that we can give away cooler items. So the way we're doing it now, it started last week, and last week was a sellout. So every week for a month that we have a sellout, what we're going to do is we're going to put, like, you know, 100, 200 bucks, whatever, we're going to put aside. And then at the end of the month, that pot will be used to get the prizes. And then we will draw the couple of names with much better prizes. So that's how that's going to work. We thought it'd be cool to do it because then it gives us an opportunity to, you know, save up money from each sellout to get you guys cooler and better items. You know, right now, if we do $100 for an item, then that's all you get. You get something that's $100. But if we save all that up, then, you know, you could potentially get a $300-400 coin instead of a $50 to $100 coin. So that is what we're doing right now. So just wanted to make sure to let everybody know that again. Yeah, I figured everybody be fine with that because then potential getting
better stuff.
You know, better quality instead of higher quantity, which is always nice. But all right, let's get this thing going. All right, kicking off with world banknotes as always. So the first 4 went in pre-sale. So we are starting off with the Germanys. I didn't realize this till recently, that these the 1910 1,000 marks, they have a green seal version and a red seal version. And tonight we have 2 of each. And they're $5 each. So if you say Ben, make sure if you say Ben green, Ben red, or Ben both. So it's, of course, green seal. And the green seal has the green lettering. On the camera it kind of just looks black, but that lettering is actually green. And then red seal with the red lettering. Anybody? $5 each. There's 2 of each. 2 reds, 2 greens. I do not, Bo. Richard is grabbing all 4. Congrats, Richard. I was trying to look that up to see what the significance of it was, and I wasn't able to find it. If anybody does ever figure it out, let me know. Because I'm curious as well.
It might have been for East Germany and West Germany.
That didn't exist yet back then. That didn't start until World War II when Russia divided it with the Berlin Wall. Alright, no tokens or medallions tonight because I'm out. So we are jumping now. Oh wait, no, we have 2 more banknotes. Then we're jumping into coins. Alright, last 2 banknotes for tonight. These are the really big ones. These are the 1912 500 rubles that take up a half a page protector. Big old notes. These are $8 each. And both are going to Richard. Congrats, sir. Here's your other one. And your... That's what the reverse looks like. Alright, now we on to coins. I know, it's getting hard, Bo, to find stuff you don't have. You have a lot of banknotes. Eventually, I will find some that you don't have, though. You might have to broaden out to, like, doing actual, like, date collections instead of just type collection. Alright, we are kicking off World Silver tonight at the Bahamas. With a 1971 $2. 925 sterling silver proof deep cam. 0.8862 ounces of silver in this coin. And it is going for $28. Deep cameo flamingos. Going to Beth. Congrats, Beth. You're very welcome. Hey, mean one. Next up, 1973. Over $28. Anybody on the 73? Huh? Not funny what? It's already down there. Yeah, I can do that, Beth. I can do that for you. Congrats. Another one for Beth. And one more of those. The 74 with the different design. There's the one that's got the flamingo and the sturgeon. $28. Yeah, I'll do this one for you too, Beth. Since you got the other two. Make it a threefer.
You're welcome.
All right. Next up is the big ones. These big old chunky coins. Kicking off with one of the rarest of these. 1975. And going to Greg. Congrats, Greg. That's the one that's got the different back. The crown and the sailing boat. Very beautiful design. Congrats to Greg. All right, next up, I'm just going to link all four of these. 71. 72. 73. And 74. $40 each. Oh, that one has that design too. Zick it around in the boat. That's the 71. 72. 'Some interesting toning on that one. 73. And then the other design, the 74 with the flag. Instead of the Queen Lizzie, it's the flag. Anybody on these? If anybody wants all four, I'll do it for 148. Yeah, I'd lose money at that, Richard. I'd be selling them for under what I paid. Going to Richard for 148 for all of them. That makes them $37 each. So you're saving $12. Yeah, I'm pretty sure $25 for one of those would be under melt. All right.
Richard.
Yep. I'm gonna check that real quick. I'm actually curious about that. Yeah, current melt on those is $28.63. So, yeah. All right, next up. All right, these are from South Korea. It's the first time I've ever had these coins, and I have two of them. There's only 227,000 of these that were minted. These are the 1987 5001 925 sterling silver. One going to Greg. Congrats, sir. These are a half ounce of silver. Proof deep cams. Anybody on the other? They're the Olympic 5001 from when the Olympics were in Seoul. And one going to Richard. Grats and grats. Next up, we got an oldie. This is our only coin from Italy tonight. Hey, Cindy. This is the 1867 BN 1 lira from Italy. 83.5% silver in VG for $10. Going to Beth. Congrats, Beth. Beth beat you hidden. Beth was on the trigger on that one. Next up, we got one coin from Cook Islands, and it is a rarity. Only 46,000 of these ever made. 1973, $2. 925 sterling silver. Just over 3/4 of an ounce of silver in this thing. Proof deep cam. $30. And going to Beth. Congrats, Beth. Have to be with Richard here, what? Right, next up, Canada. Got 3 coins from Canada. Yeah, I think Greg just gave you a compliment. I can't drop that one down, Beth. That one's got to stay where it is. All right, first one from Canada is the 1958 50 cents. 80% silver, BU. Let me see if I can get that looking better on camera. First off, let's get my camera sitting straight, not at an angle. Come on, focus. There we go. That's better. 1958, 50 cents, 80% silver. It looks weird on the camera for some reason, but this is actually an uncirculated coin. I don't know, lighting's like hitting it weird or something. Anybody? $12. All right, moving on. And then we've also got the 1965. Over $12. Also got some album toning going on. If anybody wants both, I'll do both for 20. Anybody? Going to Richard Gratzer. All right, $1953 went in pre-sale. So the last one from Canada is $1964. 80% silver AU. Weird. It's got a weird tone stripe on it. But it's only $20. It's the Charlottetown. Charlottetown was their Philadelphia. That's where they signed their, you know, all of their stuff. Like we had Philadelphia for the Constitution and the Declaration and everything. Anybody? All right, moving on. Next up, we actually have one coin from Panama tonight. And it is the 1975 Balboa. 925 sterling silver BU, $38. Yeah, I can do 35 on it. Going to bet for 35. Every time you hear Panama, you think of Van Halen. All right, next up, Mexico. The first two went in pre-sale. So we are kicking off. So anybody that's hoping for the half real, it's already gone. It went in pre-sale. We're kicking off with an oldie and a rarity. 1890, 25 centavo. 23,000 of these ever made. 90% silver in good for 12 bucks. Nobody buys this one. I might keep it. Might only be in a good, but at 23K, how many more am I going to come by? I'm not dropping the price on this one. Last call on this one, 12 bucks. I might if nobody buys it. All right, moving on. Next up, I'm actually surprised nobody grabbed it. That thing's a rare coin. 1953, 5 pesos. 72% silver, AU, 20 bucks. Nope, that's the wrong coin. I'm not selling it for 10. I'm selling it for 12. That's not it. Where is it? There it is. There's the right one. Aha, 1953. You'll take the other one for 12? Okay. Rare coin going to best for 12. Anybody on this one? 20 bucks. This was back when they were the larger size. Like here's the 56. Sitting on top of it. They used to be larger. All right, moving on. To the 56. EF for 18 bucks. It's in the 1890 to mean one. Got it. Mean one, you were getting that 1890 courtesy of Beth. It's very nice of you. All right, moving on. To the 1957. Over 18 bucks. Man, no love for Mexico silver tonight, huh? Usually you guys are eating this up. Alright, moving on. And last three from Mexico are the 25 pesos, the 1968s. I've got one BU proof like at 25 and then two regular BUs at 22 each. So here is the proof like. This is the $25 one. For those of you that like the really frosty Mexico coins. And then here are the two $22 ones. Which one are you bending, Richard? There's the two regular BUs, and then there's the $25 one. You want all three? Alrighty. All three of these going to Richard. Grat, sir. Right. Next up, we have one lonely little coin from Britain. And it is an oldie. It's a really oldie. This is an 1838 3 pence. 925 sterling silver and good. $6. Almost 200-year-old coin, and it's only $6. And going to Beth. Beth just beat you by a hair, Richard. All right. Hidden, you got way beat. You're getting it, Hidden. Beth is having me send it to you, sir. So you're getting that one courtesy of Beth. All right. American coinage. Kicking off American coinage tonight is Barber Dimes. 1894. 90% silver and good, $15. It's one of the better dates. Anybody? All right, moving on to the 1897 San Francisco. This one's also in a good for $15. It's another one of the better dates. Date and mint combo. I don't know why it looks weird under the camera right now. It looks all faded right there, but you can actually see all the details. I don't know why it's looking like that on this camera right now. That is strange. I don't know. Moving on. Next up, this is a big one. This is one of the tougher years right here. 1909D in a VF. NGC list on this coin is 130 bucks. We were doing it for 75. Going to Beth. Congrats, Beth. A very nice coin you just added to your collection. And the last one for the barbers. 1914 Denver. Extremely fine. It's got some toning. Going for 20 bucks. How often do you see barber dimes that look that good? And going to Richard. Congrats, sir. Next up. Hey, Westside. 1962 Roosevelt silver proof. Go for 4 bucks. $4 for a silver proof dime. How can you go wrong? All right, moving on. All right, next up, this is a big lot. This is a full roll of BU 90% silver Roosevelt dimes, mixed dates and mints. Going for 200 bucks. '94 and the '97. Beth, you do realize the listed price of the '94 and the '97 combined was 30 bucks, right? Not 40? Or not over 40? They were 15 bucks each. And yes, I can do 190 on the roll. Roll going to Beth. Very bad math. Yeah, you're trying to pay me more than what I asked. I mean, if you want to pay me more than what I'm asking, you can. And yeah, I can do that for you. I can do $20 for those two. You're welcome. All right, Baba Quarters. Starting at the very beginning. 1892. In good. $7. No, there's not a giveaway tonight. All right, have a good night. All right, moving on to the 1893 New Orleans. Good for $7. You're welcome. That New Orleans is like way off to the side on that O. Hey, Jay. Shoot me an email. Your email has to have your channel name, your personal info, your shipping info, and we do payment through either PayPal or Cash App, so you have to let us know which one you're going to pay through and give us the email you use for those so that we can invoice you. We have to get that by the end of the night, or you do not get anything. And we never ship without payment. And for a first timer, you have a $50 limit. All right, moving on. To the 1894 blind date. In good for $7. And Jay, normally we're on Tuesday nights, but this week got messed up, so this week we're doing it on Thursday. But our usual, every week, we're usually on Tuesday nights. So if you come back, keep that in mind. All right, moving on. To the 1895 plain date. Good for $7. All right, moving on. What is it? Beth. To 1896, good for $7. Some cool looking toning. This is going to be a long segment if nobody wants bar recorders tonight. All right, moving on to 1897. Good for 7.
Okay. We're waiting to see if we bundle it.
All right, moving on to the 1898. Good for $7. All right, moving on to the 99. Something a VG for 8. All right, moving on to the 1900 in VG8 or for 8. Moving on to the 1906 Denver. This one's in good for 10. It's one of the better Dayton mint marks of the series. All right, moving on to the 1908 Denver. Do I have a good supply of those? May I have to buy a barber quarter book asking for a friend? I can get a steady supply of them. Should your friend need. All right, moving on. To the 1908 New Orleans. The friend would be the book. So you're asking for the book? Well, tell the book it would not be lonely for long. All right, moving on I mean, you're going to have a couple of dates in there that are going to be really hard to get, as with any set. And if you decide you want to go high grade, barbers jump in value very fast. Next up is 1909 Denver. But as far as all the common stuff and the semi-key stuff and all that, yeah, I could eventually get you all of that. Alright, moving on. To the 14 plain date in VG for 8. Yeah, definitely. I think, give me a sec here. I'll go yellow for a second, bear with me. And then, of course, if you decide you wanted to get the proofs, you're going to be spending out a lot of money. Because bar recorders did have proofs for some of the years. Okay, let's see. So the ones you're going to have issue with, 1896 New Orleans, if you can find one, is $52 in good. 1896 San Francisco in good is $730. 1897 S in good is $115. And then the big deal coin of them all, the 1901 S in good is $4,650. So those are your main big ones. Oh, and then the 13S as well. 13S in good is $1,440. And then the 14S in good is $120. So you have like 6 coins that are going to be the tough ones out of the bar recorders. But moving on to the 14 Denver in a VG for 10. That's just for one coin. I mean, you can't put together the rest of the set other than the uber expensive ones. All right, moving on. Yeah, worry about that first. 1915 plain dates, VG for 8. It's got like some camouflage toning going on. All right, moving on to the 1916 plain date. I've got some walkers coming up tonight. I don't know if they're any of the ones you need, but I've got some. So 15 of them coming up here in a bit. All right, moving on. Now, Barber Dimes, I am very stocked up on right now. All right, last one of these, the 16 Denver VG for 8. All right, moving on. No love for the barber quarters at all. Got it. Nobody loves them. All right, next up, most of the Standing Liberty quarters went in pre-sale, but we do have 3 left. First one is the 1929 Denver. It isn't a VF, but it is cleaned, which is why it's only $8. Yeah, definitely. Just let me know. Yeah, it sucks that somebody decided to clean it, because it does have VF details. And then we've also got the 29S, same way. VF, unfortunately, it is cleaned. So $8. If anybody wants both, I'll do both for 14. Standing Liberty quarters are actually fairly popular. It's just hard to get the beginning dates. Like anything pre-1925 are tougher to get. And Westside's taking that deal. Westside already beat you, Richard. All right, and then the last one available is the 1930S. It is in a fine for $8. And going to mean one. Congrats, sir. And send it to Beth. Will do. Likewise, on the Washington quarters, a lot of them went in pre-sale, but we do have a handful left. The first one is the 1940 plain date. Extremely fine for $8. You're welcome. All right, moving on. Next one available is the 1961 plain date BU for $8. Going to Adam Jam. Congrats, sir. And then 62 Denver. BU. $8. Yeah, a lot of the wholesalers out there are starting to sell these things at $8 each. Going to Adam. Adam just beat you by a hair, Jay. Congrats, sir. And then 63 Denver BU for $8. Going to Jay. Congrats, sir. And I did get your email, sir. And you were through Cash App. All right, awesome. Next up, 64 plain day BU for $8. Anybody? All right, moving on. And the last of these is, of course, the 64 Denver BU for $8. And that was like a die crack, going from the head to the wing. Explain the $50 part. Your limit is $50 for your first time. You can only win up to $50 worth of stuff. Once you've gone through it and you've paid for that and we know you're good for it, then the next time you come, you will not have a limit. And Adam Jam's taking both 64s. Grat, sir. All right. $50. Richard, you are slow on the trigger tonight. You're having an off night. Adam Jam beat you on that one. All right. Kicking off $50 is the Barbers. Starting almost at the beginning. It's not the 92, but it is the 93. 93 plain date in good, $15. Well, hopefully you feel better soon, sir. There's something going around. I've had a couple of friends that have gotten sick recently. All right, moving on to the 1894 San Francisco in good for $15. All right, moving on to the 1894 plain date. This one's a good for $20. This one's a bit of a better date. Excuse me. So you guys often hear me talk about how fast barbers go up in price. So you're looking at, basically $20 in a good. That jumps to $50 in a VG. If you jump to fine, it's $120. A low VF and a VF 20 is $210. When you get to EF, you're up into the 300 range. So that's how quickly the prices on barbers jump. All right, moving on. And the reason for it is because in their day, the barber halves were the workhorse coins. Those were the coins that most people hadn't spent. So having higher grade versions of them is very rare. Next up is 1897. This was in a VG for $20. And occasionally you'll run across these where they'll have like little slice marks on the edges. And that's where people who, you know, were of limited means, they would slice silver shavings off the coins until they saved up enough to have it, you know, a decent amount of weight, and then they would trade that silver for other things. They weren't supposed to, and they would get in trouble if they ever got caught actually doing it, but that happened quite often back then. Especially as you got into the Great Depression. All right, moving on to the 1898 plain date, VG for 15. Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, if you think about it, you know, back in the late 1800s, early 1900s, the only people that were walking around with dollars were middle class. This one's going to Jay. You know, the lower class and the poor, they were walking around with dollar coins. That it was. Next up is 1899 in a VG for 15. Moving on. To the 1900 New Orleans. This is in a VG for 20 bucks. This is one of the bit better date and mint combos right here. Alright, moving on. We'll start going through these faster if nobody's interested in them. 1906 Denver VG, 15 bucks. Moving on to the 7 Denver VG, 15 bucks. Moving on. To the 8 Denver. This one's in a fine for 25. Oh, I know. I know your situation. That was a nice one right there. Going to Richard. Right, sir. Next up, 1908 New Orleans. VG for 15 bucks. All right, moving on. To the 1909 plain date and fine, 28 bucks. Full Liberty. All right, moving on. To the 09S. This one's in a fine for 30. If anybody wants the 09 and the 09S fines, I'll do it for 50 bucks. That saves you $8 or no, $7. Saves you $7. Both in fines. Wow, nobody. All right, moving on. To the 1910 San Francisco VG for 15 bucks. Don't worry, mean one. You'll get through everything you're going through, and then you'll be able to start getting all kinds of stuff. Your time will come. Just hang in there. Hey, Philip. All right, moving on. All right, next one. I'm selling this one at wholesale price because it's cleaned. So if anybody wants a 1911 at wholesale, it's in VG details, but it's clean. So 12 bucks. It'll still fill a hole. Going to Richard. You're only in need of 2 barber halves to finish your album. I'm going to bet 92O and the 92S. Am I right? Next up, 1912 Denver. VG, 15 bucks. Nope. Which ones are they? They're 2 of the toughest. I mean, you also got like the 97O, the 97S, the 14 plain. Going to mean one. Hey, Aaron. There's no such thing as an 1883S barber. $1883S would have been Seated Liberty. '93. Okay. All right. Next up, this one is the best of the bunch on the list for the barbers. 1915S in fine, 40 bucks. And this one is pushing VF. Going to Richard. And the last barber of the night. $19.15 Denver. VG for 18 bucks. Hey, G-Dub. $7 and 8 quarters. For any of the quarters on the list? Because nobody bought any really into the quarters. They're all still available. All right, moving on. Richard, if you're going to manufacture another sellout, you're going to have a big bill tonight. Unless some of this stuff starts going in the recap. I don't know what all I have for barber dimes right now, but I mean, remember you guys, I said I was like really stocked up on those right now? That is all barber dimes. As are those. And those. I have lots of barber dimes right now. How much for all those? Oh, I have no idea. I don't even know what's in there yet. We're still working on labeling them. All right, next up, walkers. Tubes? No, they're all in air. They're all the 2x2s. Yeah, you can send me your list if you want. Shoot me an email. All right, kicking off Walking Liberty tonight. 1917 plain date. VG, $12. I do have one of the semi-key day walkers coming up here in a few lots. So y'all might want to have your walker books out. Hey, Deborah. Getting some new names in here tonight. Welcome. All right, moving on. Next up is the 17 San Francisco S Reverse. This year they had an S on the obverse and an S on the reverse versions. This is the reverse version. All right, moving on. Next up is the 18S. This one's in a VG for $15. All right, moving on. All right, next two are a semi-key date of the series. This is also going to give you an example of how fast coin prices can jump, because I have one in fine and one in VF. I do not email after the stream. What I do is I just send your payment request over the Cash App or PayPal. If you want me to send you an itemized in your email, I can. Just shoot me an email and remind me, or I will forget. All right, so this is the 1920 Denver, guys. We've got one in a fine for $60. And then one in a VF for $180. That's how fast this one jumps. Here's the fine. This is the $60 one. Here's the VF. This is the $180 one. Anybody? So again, $60 version, $180 version. That they do. All right, moving on. Next up, I've got 2 of these available as well. Couldn't see the cheaper one. That's the cheaper one. That's the $60 one. That's the $180 one. These are our 1920 S's. These are both VGs and $15 each. Here is the number 1. And here is the number 2. Anybody? All right, moving on. These next 3 years, these were all years that walkers were only made at the San Francisco Mint. So they had a much, much lower mintage for those 3 years. Got the 1923 S in fine $35. Man, no love for walkers tonight. All right, moving on. Next up is 1927 S. I have 2 available. Both are fines. They're $20 each. Here's number 1. Hey, Monkey King. And here is a number 2. Hey, get off of there, hair. Oh, that got inside. That one you get a hair. And that's Angela's writing, so you get one of Angela's hairs. All right, moving on. All right, next up, also 2 available. The 28 San Francisco. Both fine and both $25 each. All right, moving on. Next up is 1935 plain date and extremely fine for 14. It's a lot of people's favorite coin. All right, moving on. To the 35 San Francisco, extremely fine, 20 bucks. And moving on. Last of the walkers, 44 plain dates. Extremely fine, 12 bucks. It's pretty much wholesale for an EF. And going to Richard. All right. So Richard, at the end, you want to know what the final or what the total of everything left is again? Since you normally ask. All right, next up, we're on Franklin's. 48 went in plain date. A bunch of these actually went in plain date. Or went in pre-sale. Yeah, okay. So we're kicking off with the 49 plain date. EF for 12 bucks. Ah. Yeah, again. It'll be coming up soon, though. There's only 8 more lots. So, if you can stick around for 8 more lots. All right, moving on. To the 53 Denver AU, 12 bucks. All right, moving on. To the 58 plain date AU, 12 bucks. Moving on to the 62 play dates. What's the schedule? I'm on every Tuesday night, except for like rare occasions when I have to reschedule it, like this week. But every Tuesday night, starting at 5 p.m. Pacific, which is 8 p.m. Eastern. All right, moving on. And the last of the Franklins. And I do hold packages, Jay. If you want to maximize your shipping, let me know to hold your package, and I will hold it till you fill it up. Last one is a 63 BU for 18.
Sorry, I used the bathroom.
All right, moving on. All right, last 4 lots. I've got, these are all Kennedy half dollars. We've got 2 of the 64 plain dates and 2 of the Denvers. They're all $20 each. They're all BUs. Or yeah, 32 for a pair. So if you want a D and a P, you get it for, I'll do it for $32 as a set, which would save you $8. Explain what? I'm really pretty toning on a couple of these. Both the Denvers have really cool toning. Anybody?
This one not gonna sell out this week.
No, we probably still are.
There's a lot of coins left.
All right. All right, Richard, you still there? Did you make it this long?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's up to you. If you want to save money on shipping, then yeah, it's better to have us hold it until you fill your package up. And we have people that have gone up into the big boxes. Okay, the price for everything still remaining on the list from tonight is $1,091. As listed price. Of course, you know me, I'll knock off some of that for you.
If you decide.
So do you want to clean up the leftovers like normal? Yep, all right.
Okay, yes.
I will email you to let you know what your actual total is, and I'll knock some of that off. I'll bundle some stuff out for you.
Congrats, Richard, and thank you.
Alright guys, we are going to get out of here. Everybody have a great night. Thanks for coming out. We will be back on our normal Tuesday time next week. Again, sorry for the late stream this week. Things just got crazy. You are very welcome, sir. Have a great night.
Night, everyone.
Yeah, you got to be quick in our streams, Jay, because he tends to come in at the end and he will just take everything that's left. So, all right, everybody have a great night.
Bye.
And Jay, just keep an eye out on your Cash App. We will send you your total, and I will try to remember to send you an email with your itemized. Actually, I'll just put a little note right here. Send Jay itemized email.
There we go.
There. Now I'll remember. I put a note.
Have a good night.
Have a great night, all.